Alright, hey there viewers. So, I got a 2012 Honda Civic with an ABS issue. This was here, I looked at this about 6 months ago and they're finally here to do the repair. So if I remember, I just reading from my story on history, so this car had an ABS light for a wheel speed issue. So when I looked at freeze frame data, the right rear wheel was showing 153 kilometers an hour. I don't know what that in miles. I'll put it up here. Yeah, so you can see. But the other three wheels were going 54 kilometers an hour. So which is kind of weird. But one thing that's really dumb about the Honda scan tool, when you hook up for live data, it cuts live data off at above 51 kilometers an hour. So I couldn't get up to the 54 kilometers an hour for it to happen, to see what the right rear wheel speed sensor is seeing, which is kind of dumb. So anyways, I ordered a wheel bearing from a while ago. I don't know if you that's the bearing that they got me. I don't know if you see the word right there, but I don't know, some people might not like the name of it, but I don't know, I've never used it, but it said it's made in the USA, so that's what I'm putting in on the right rear. So let's just pop the wheels off, and then we're gonna pop the brakes off, and then we're gonna replace that wheel bearing. Working on this side of the shop because I'm still waiting for parts since this morning. First thing in the morning, you know, get the wrong parts. But anyways, so nothing really special here. It's just a typical hub and bearing. It's held in by 4 bolts, so it's pretty easy to remove. Yeah, you just remove your caliper and your rotor off, and it's just held in by 4 bolts. But as you can see, all that corrosion built up behind this hub and bearing, just because of two dissimilar metals, because this is aluminum and this is, you know, steel. You create corrosion in between. But yeah, so just gonna remove it. We're gonna take a look at it and see what happens. I was on, I think, I can't remember, somebody in the comments was saying, hey, I got this clicking noise in the front when he's turning the wheel, which I remember really well from back at Hyundai, because Hyundai on their EVs, especially the Konas and the Ioniq hybrid plugins and then EVs, you know, when you turn the wheel, it makes this metallic clicking noise, and it's not your brakes. It's because of the aluminum knuckle with the steel hub. And what happens is the corrosion in between creates this gap, and when you're turning the wheel, it kind of flexes it a little bit and makes this loud metallic noise. So what it is you just got to remove the hub, right? Clean off the corrosion behind it, and then yeah, you put your favorite lubricant to prevent it from corroding again. So I used to have that video, but it got deleted, or I deleted it, you know, because if you were following me since the Hyundai days, yeah, I deleted my videos. But that's what it is. If you have a metallic clicking noise, and if it's not your axle, it's not your brakes, and you have an aluminum knuckle, give that a try. Take the hub off, clean it, put fluid film or something, put the hub back on, and then yeah, usually that gets rid of that metallic pinging or clicking noise, because somebody was asking about it. But anyways, you can see all the corrosion. Usually that's like what that is, from all the corrosion behind it. It makes that pinging or ticking noise when you're turning the wheel left and right, and it's usually on the front. That's what that is. But anyways, it's only 4 bolts. We'll just remove it, and then we'll see what it looks like from behind. I just loosened the 4 bolts, and literally, like, it's falling out. I wonder if all that corrosion is just creating a big enough gap to cause an issue. All right, survey says a bunch of junk in there. I don't know where it's coming from, because other than the ABS sensor, yeah, you can see all the corrosion. I'm pretty sure moisture and stuff is coming through that ABS sensor, because, you know, it has a rubber O-ring that goes around it, but it's still collecting all the corrosion underneath, and underneath the I guess underneath the hub, this is what it looks like, and it's collecting all that junk on there. I wonder if that's what's causing the sporadic wheel speed. So anyways, I'm gonna clean all that off, clean off the corrosion off the knuckle here, and then put the new bearing in. Okay, so here's the wheel bearing. I've never heard of this before, but it's made in the USA. That's the part number for it. It looks like it's been on the shelf for a while. Let's just say that. but that's the wheel bearing they got me, or parts department's got me. And yeah, we're just gonna stick it in. But let's go clean up that knuckle first. Ow, my head. So I'm trying to check the seal on this ABS, but I got it out, but now it's stuck. It's from all the corrosion in that hole at the end of it. But you can see the rubber seal. I just wanted to pull this out to make sure that seal is okay, so all that corrosion doesn't get to come back into here. So I might end up just working it and trying to get this sensor out and see if that rubber seal on that sensor is okay, because there's corrosion in there. Plus I probably have to stick something in there to clean out all the corrosion in that hole, because you can see it's coming. I want to see how much corrosion's in this hole. Okay, so I did get it out. That's how much corrosion's in there. I don't know how we can see it, but it's a good amount of corrosion in that hole. So we're gonna have to clean that stuff out and then put some grease on it. This, oh shoot, this sensor, I gotta zoom out. I think the gasket's okay. Might be a little bit kind of flattened over here, but maybe some grease will help it seal. But sensor looks okay. It's just all that corrosion that's inside there. Yeah, so gotta clean out that hole too. Make sure no more corrosion gets into here, because as you can see, there's a rubber O-ring on the outside, and then there's also a rubber O-ring on the sensor. So you're not supposed to have moisture in there, or get moisture in there and it corrodes, because then it gets onto the magnet and then it kind of just messes everything up. Okay, I end up removing the backing plate. It looks way worse underneath the backing plate. So that just makes it easier to clean all of this. It's only, the backing plate was only holding by this, and then one more bolt there. So yeah, now I got a whole bunch of area that I got to clean off with the wire wheel. So I cleaned the surface, but you can see the aluminum. There's a pretty big divot here from all the corrosion, so it's already eaten it away. But the surface where the actual bearing actually mounts to, it's pretty good. But other than all that corrosion around it, it's already eaten away the aluminum. The only thing now is I'm cleaning out the ABS hole. I'm doing this like, I have this file here. It's got like a bit of a taper to it, I guess, and it's perfect for these holes, just to get the corrosion out. So just I'm not trying to remove a whole bunch of material, but just to loosen up all that corrosion, and then we should be okay. Yeah, just trying to get rid of or loosen up that corrosion, and then we'll put some kind of lubricant just to prevent it from corroding again. Yeah, it's getting there. Just trying to clean it as much as I can. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep working on that. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. I cleaned the surface for the ABS. The hole is pretty clean now, right? There's still a little bit in there, but I think that should be okay. I'll put a little bit of grease in there so it doesn't corrode anymore, and it helps seal. But cleaning out the inside and everything, I think I'm pretty much ready to start putting everything back together. So I'm gonna, before I do that, I'm gonna spray a little bit of lithium grease onto the surface. Okay, so rear wheel bearing torque spec is 47 pound-feet of torque. Get my torque wrench in here. That's one. Hooking up the scanner right now, but I did have to go finish that other job because it was supposed to be done by 9, and what time is it right now? It's like 12 o'clock. Customers, that customer's not happy, and parts department got the wrong parts, so I had to get it done as quick as I can. So yeah, that's where we're at. I just wanted to just scan it, make sure there's no codes in the ABS right now, and hope that maybe there's still a code and I can show you the freeze frame data. if it set the code again. Because there's no more warning lights on the dash, but sometimes there's usually a code in there. And I wanted to show you when you go to live data, it cuts out live data at like 51 kilometers an hour, and then you can't see live data after that. So it couldn't get up to that speed to duplicate the issue to see what the wheel speed sensor is doing. But on freeze frame, it was 153 kilometers an hour, while the other ones were at 54. But when you just look at regular live data, everything's normal. It's not stuck at 150, 54, 153 kilometers an hour. It was just at that one point when freeze frame data just captured that speed. Okay, so see, yeah. So never mind. It's 50 kilometers an hour. So ABS control unit will quit communication above 50 kilometers an hour. So there was no way of me seeing live data past 50 kilometers an hour to duplicate that issue, see what it's doing, which is kind of dumb. Like it does it on the factory scanner, and it does it on the snap-on scanner. So, oh yeah, there he is. If this computer stops lagging on me. Yeah, so it's got that right rear speed sensor installation error, and then wheel speed sensor short to the other sensor circuit. So I'm assuming that it's because of the corrosion and everything. Because while I was driving under 50 kilometers an hour, it's fine. See? 159 this time, and it was going at 53. Last time it was 150. Yeah, last time it was 153 kilometers an hour. So, and what you're looking at is this guy here. Maybe I should just take that as a thumbnail. Use that as a thumbnail. Maybe like right there. Yeah, use that as a thumbnail. 159 kilometers an hour while the other wheels were going at 53. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to clear the codes, and then I'm going to take it for a test drive. And that should be it for this video. But anyways, I also mentioned if you, because a lot of cars are going to aluminum knuckle and then steel hubs, and you know, when you're turning the wheel left and right, it makes like a metallic ping or like a tick or whatever you call it. A lot of times, if you're in the front and you're turning the wheel, it's because all that corrosion builds up behind the in between the hub and the knuckle, and I guess it creates a bit of a gap, just enough for it makes that noise. And I know this because when I was at Hyundai, a lot of customers on their Kona EVs, their Ioniq, it doesn't matter if it's a plug-in hybrid or an EV, they complain about that noise. And it took me a while to figure that out, because when I dropped the whole subframe, I try a little bit of everything while I'm replacing those electric motors and reduction gears. Yeah, and then finally that's what it is, and it went away. And somebody on the forum was asking about it too, and I messaged them and I told them what it is. Just take off the hub, because they had a video of it, and I saw it. And yeah, hopefully they don't just kind of brush me off like I'm some random dude and give it a try. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below, see what you guys think, and thanks for watching. Yeah, and this thing has 210,000 kilometers, and that's how much in miles.